Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anita Handmade Creation. I've changed my YouTube handle name from Anita Fun to Anita Handmade Creation. That's because I want it to be the same as my Facebook page name. If you're a member, you're very welcome. I'm happy to have you back here. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you on how to sew a 6-piece skirt. In my other tutorial, I didn't show you on how to cut it. Today we're going to be sewing it up together. So I have all my pieces right here with main piece and the lining. So as you can see, I went ahead and cut lining as the same pieces as well, like my main piece. We're going to go ahead and move up the center back first. We'll not be needing it for now. I'll go ahead now. I'll pin up the center front to the side front. Remember, I told you that you were supposed to notch all your pieces at the knee line, so you should know where to be joining them up. So first thing I will do is to go ahead. I'll be picking up the center front with the side front. I'm going to pin that up together. You're going to pin that up. We'll start from the knee line and the notches that I notched before. I'll just go ahead and pin that up together. I'll come to the hip line, I will pin that up, then I'll move now to the waistline, I'm going to pin. After doing so, I'll move now to the downer part of the hemline of the skirt, and I'm going to pin it up as well. Once I'm done doing so, I'm going to pick the other side front. I will pin it up to the center. When I'm done pinning up the center front to the side front, I'll go ahead now. I'll be pinning up the center back to the side back. I'll be mashing up my notches to notches. Look at what I'm doing here. Then I'll go ahead and open that up. I'll pin with the side back. I'll do the same thing to the other side as well, mashing up my notches, the knee line notches. Once I'm done doing so, I'll go ahead now and stitch that half inch away, which is what I added for my sewing allowance. I'll also pin up my lining and stitch half inch. Once I'm done stitching that up, I will take it to my ironing board. I'm going to press everything flat to lay them flat, including the lining too. So the next thing what I did was to go ahead, pick the center side front and the center side back, join them up, right side facing right side. But we're going to be leaving the zipper allowance open. After doing so, the next thing I'll do is to go ahead, because we want the inside of the skirt to be neat, we are going to be pinning the downer part of the skirt. That's the right side of the lining facing the right side of the main piece. We'll go ahead and pin that part up. So after pinning the downer part, I'll go ahead now, I'll be stitching it 1/2 inch away. When I'm done stitching that up, I'll go ahead and trim all the excess that I don't need. So after trimming up the excess of the downer part, what we're going to do now, we're still going to just pull this up and pin that up to the waist line. The only thing I did not do was to minus 1 inch from my lining piece. So if you're making your own piece, make sure you minus 1 inch from your lining piece. This way, you pull up your main piece to the top part so that it will be neat by the time you press everything up. Once you're done pinning everything to the waist, we're going to go ahead now and close the side seam, not the waist. Close the side seam. The waist part, you're going to use it to turn your skirt to the right side, okay? This way, the inside of our skirt is going to be very, very neat. Turn it Turn it to the right side and press that up to lay everything flat. You can see the way the inside is neat, right? This is what we wanted. Make sure you remove all the edges, which is what I'm actually struggling to do here. I'll remove all the edges. I'll go ahead and press that up. After pressing it up, you want to go ahead now to measure whatever you have here, and you're going to cut your waistband as the same measurement. So I'll cut my waistband of 4 inch by the round waist. Fold my fabric into two, take round my waist, which is 28, and cut it up by 4 inch. Then I'll go ahead now and cut that up, and I'll be cutting my interfacing 1 inch smaller than whatever I have here. So I've cut out my interfacing. As you can see, it's 1 inch smaller than what I have. I'll take it to the machine. I'll press it up with the steam iron to stick the interfacing to my main piece. Then I'm going to fold half inch both sides. Then I refold it again at the center line. So now what I will do is to go ahead, I'll be joining up my waistband to the waist of my skirt. I'm sorry if I'm a bit far away from the camera, but just go ahead and join up your waistband to your skirt. So what I'm doing here is to actually go ahead and join the waistband to my skirt. Therefore, I'll place the right side facing the wrong side of the skirt. Join that up. Then I'll go ahead now, flip it to the right side. I'm going to press that up. Then I'll top stitch right on top there. So when I'm done like joining up the waistband to the skirt, you can see this is what we have. The inside is very neat, both the inside and the outside of the skirt. Now, what we want to do is to go ahead, we'll be joining up the zipper allowance. Remember, we left that part open. So I'll be pinning that up. Okay, I'll pin that up. Then later on, I will take my measuring tape, measure up where I want my zipper to end. Then I mark that part up. After pinning the center back, the next thing I want to do, first of all, before marking up where my zipper is going to end, I'll be putting 1/4 of my measurement. I'll put 1/4 of my waist, 1/4 of my hip, and then I'm going to mark that up. That's to get the exact measurement of my skirt so that it should be really fitted, okay? Now just mark where the zipper is going to end. Your zipper, just go ahead and place it on it like this, and you're going to mark that up. Then we'll start stitching from that mark all the way to the hem line. Once I'm done doing so, oh, after joining the zipper allowance, I'll go ahead to press it flat. Then I'll be adding up my zipper to it. So if you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching. And please, if you don't understand anything, go ahead, pause the video, rewatch it so you will not make a mistake while joining your own pieces. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you on our next DIY. Bye bye.